mountains, tell it to move, or you climb up. Either way, we cannot be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop. Turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up. We can't be stop. Call me, I'm the remnant like the 7K. Yeah, roll out with my squad, got God in my whole day. I pledge on my allegiance, don't you come for me. This is not my shadow, I got armies from the south, don't get it twisted. I have not forgot my mission, Christ my only expedition. I commune here while I visit, you're not with it, that's a shame. H-E-A-S to the grave, I don't bite it, just respect it. That's my brother, so I rep it for the king. That's a checkmate, I'm a queen. Check the breastplate, and it's righteous, no mistakes. When he made me, I'm free, so light skin. But my skin, I do not rep here. It's his glory where I rest in. I'm his servant, so I serve him. That's my creed, and that's my amen. Yeah. Turn down, boot up, worry, never. You don't want us against mountains. Tell it to move, or you climb up. Either way, we cannot be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop. Turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up. We can't be stop. Get humble, that's Bible. I do all things through the Christ. I'm content with all my life. If I'm broke or if I'm rich, those weapons I won't flinch. I am too legit to quit, and there is nothing I can work for. Grace is faith, not by my niche. That's a like, share it once or share it twice. I'm not looking for your stages. It's the light that pay my wages on the cross. I'm a thief, but he still remembers me, and he changed my heart right on the spot. No doubt he set me free. Yeah. Turn down, boot up, worry, never. You don't want us against mountains. Tell it to move, or you climb up. Either way, we cannot be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop. Turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up. We can't be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stop warriors. Warriors, we can't be stopped. Turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up, turn down, boot up. We can't be stopped.
That they won't do evil no more. That they go from kicking in doors to kicking in floors, from praising the Lord. That they go from holding them choppers they keep, like just in the back of the whip on feet, so holding they kids. I pray for their soul. They mad for what? Wanna be bad for what? I won't be violent. I'd rather be the light, be violent. Then I'm a hope and they fire. Then I'm a Messiah. I'll say it again. I pray for their soul. Combated. Yahweh help us find our bad habits. We're so dramatic. Life ain't as long as we think it is. Unless you have twice. Weakness. Tryna take you out for your witnesses. I'll say it again. I pray for
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
Hey, yo, what's cracking? It's your man Lecrae, aka Creasy Crayola, the bond servant. Right now, you listening to the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and Jeremiah. I see you, boy. Hold it down. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, this episode is sponsored by Nectar Distribution. Make sure you go to nectardistro.com. Go ahead and sign up today. Make sure that you get your music out to over 200 plus digital outlets. It's a great opportunity. Spotify, Pandora, Apple, you name it. Make sure you get your music out there today. Nectardistro.com, all right?
Man, it's been a long time since, we had our full crew together, man. So we just wanted to bring some people back in the fold with us because we miss them. You know what I'm saying? We miss them. Of course, this person. I got Rick Sincere in the building.
And look, from Mike 6.
Look
Mike
who we
17.
found.
Mike
Miracle! What's going on?
It's a miracle!
Hey, it's good to be here.
Hey, good to see you again, Miracle.
Man, this feels like old times. Old times. Here we go. All right, so we'll hear more about what's been going on with them later on, but we wanted to get started with some stuff. I wanted to hear y'all's take on this. So recently on the Pivot podcast, Channing Crowder, if you guys know who that is, they used to be a part of the I Am Athlete, and now they're with Ryan Clark with Pivot. He said something about Sierra, whichever one. And he was basically, I don't know why he was talking about this because I hadn't heard the whole podcast, but he basically, let me just play it.
Yeah, Russell ain't had that bread, Sierra gonna be with him. Russell Square. Russell Square. Sierra she has a good situation.
Is that the Dark Knight?
Yeah, hold on a second. All right, let's try it again. I was like, this is more dramatic than I remember. Here we go.
Yeah, Russell ain't had that bread, Sierra gonna be with him. Russell Square. Russell Square.
All right, give me a second. I don't know why it's not playing, but let me summarize what he said while I try and figure out why it's not playing. Let me try one more time. Hold on 1 second. I'll figure it out in a second. Boom.
Somebody said Mike 6 and Miracle.
It's just not.
Y'all know what it is? Mike 6 in the building, bro.
All right. Anyway, let me just summarize because I don't know why it's not playing the audio. So essentially what he said was he called him a square and said that the only reason Sierra is with Russell Wilson is because he has money and she prefers to be with guys like Future, but because, she was with Future, Mari Stoudemire, 50, she's basically alleging that that's the kind of guy she really wants and almost every girl wants. And she's only with Russell because of his money, and he's what he would call a square. What do you guys, and a goofball? What do you guys think?
She grew up.
Okay, that's it.
She grew up.
That's all you got?
That's it.
She grew up. That's it.
Well, I will just throw this little tidbit in there. So Sierra did an interview on the Red Table Talk discussing this very topic. And she was talking about, this is a while ago, but she was talking about how she had to go through some things in a relationship and realize what she didn't want and how that was so important to helping her find what she needed, what she didn't even know she wanted. So yeah, I mean, I think it's an oversimplification to call that man a square. Because just because someone is upright, has standards, morals, that's not.
So, Miracle,
bad
let me ask
thing.
you this question. In your opinion, what is the definition of a square? Because I think guys see it
I
differently
would
than
not be
women.
the correct person.
You don't have to be
to
correct. I
ask
think
this
everybody has their
question.
own. Everybody has their own interpretation. You don't have to be correct. Just in your opinion, like what's the first thing that pops to mind?
I mean, I think people think someone who is out of touch, like maybe traditional, maybe like they're in a box. They're not open-minded. They're not fun. That would be my thought.
See, it's
what people
totally
mean.
different in my mind. In my mind, when I hear the word square, I think of somebody who's criticizing someone who follows the rules, someone who does the right thing, someone who's like, hey guys, it's 11:30, man. We probably need to be getting home. There's nothing else good out here to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that in my mind would be.
That's a square?
I think that goes hand in hand, though.
I said
it
it's
goes hand in
opinionated.
hand.
I think everybody has an opinion.
And I'm a square, I guess. If that's what it takes,
Mr. Life of the party, Mr. Life of the party.
If that's what it takes, I love to go home. Like if that's what it takes. Yo,
go ahead, Rick.
Oh well, my only thing is, look, Channing Crowder is on that show. Channing Crowder is the guy who's kind of known right now for grabbing headlines. Right, he knows how to bring eyes to the Pivot podcast. He's done it in the past, and so whenever at one point he was like, "Yo, Deion Sanders is down there at Jackson State, but ain't no top recruits going to HBCU."
Yeah, I remember
Channing
that,
Crowder then had to come flip around and apologize for that statement, right? So that was one. The Pivot podcast, actually, I can't be super mad at Channing or anybody on the Pivot podcast because they just left my alma mater, Grambling State University, down there promoting the spring game. Right. And so Channing, actually, when he got there, he was like, man, I didn't know, I didn't know, man. And it was like this, he really enjoyed himself. He was out there dancing with the band, hanging out with the cheerleaders, like he's having a good time. You feel what I'm saying? So Channing Crowder is somebody who has been wrong on a few occasions, right? This year alone. Well, he's wrong again, right? And in this particular case, he's I feel like this. You doubt the fact that, yes. Channing, Future, has money. Future is whatever. Future is a great, I guess a woman grabbing personality, but Russell Wilson ain't no like, real talk, woman grabbing personality, right? But Russell Wilson ain't no chump change, man. Russell Wilson is a dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not only and think about what type of man Russell Wilson is. The ability to come in and lead a football team. We're talking about leading other millionaires, right? And having them kind of work along with you and respect you. And he is well respected across the league. So if you look at Russell Wilson, he's respected across the league. And on top of that, he's a respected man in the community because he is one of those dudes who's the kind of stand-up man. And somebody basically says this on Twitter: Russell Wilson ain't done nothing but love a black woman out loud, unapologetically for years. And that makes him a square or lame in the eyes of men who are paid to make a mockery of black culture. I don't get in the rest of that. But all I'm saying is, if you look at this dude, Russell Wilson, man, I would say that he's a stand-up dude. He's a great dude. And yeah, if you call him a square, I think, like Miracle said, that's a really short-sighted way to look at that whole situation. Or in a way I would say it, stupid.
Nobody's
Nobody's
saying the important facts of all this. He's raising Future son.
Yes, sir. You should have been on
raising Future son.
When all A.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand that. Like for a man to step up and take care of another man, living, breathing, another man's son. To me, that's the win right there. Sierra won. Like, the fact of the matter is,
Russell won too.
Yeah, Russell did too. But what I'm saying is, she won because she finally found somebody that would respect her. For years, she bow wow. She with this person. She with this person. Sierra was tired. Like, you could tell. Like, she was really tired of that situation, and she was like, I really want somebody to really love me, really love, respect me. Don't put me out looking stupid or crazy. And she found the person. You know what I mean? But I think also in the process too, I feel like she changed too. I feel like it wasn't just a Russell Wilson, I got my man, I'm gonna stay the same person. I think she had to change, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I think she had to change some stuff about her life to get Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? I don't think he a square. I think dudes that say stuff like that are they whack. I'll be real, like they whack.
Yeah.
So real quick, we looked up where the term square came from, because square is one of those terms that I don't remember hearing it a lot, but when he said it, I knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like it seems like an old kind of term, like jive in a way to me. Like, it's like nobody walking around like, yo, you square, you square. You know what I mean? Like nobody says that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we looked it up, and it came from, it's an old term, but it was mostly positive. Where it turned negative was in the jazz era in the 40s, where they were basically like saying you're square because you don't really get what we're doing in music. You're traditional, you're old school. Mm-hmm. You kind of, you know, you're like you too, you know, in the box, like Miracle was saying. And it was a way to kind of shame people for not really getting with it. They not with the vibe, right?
Yeah, with the times.
So that's where that term came from. And I want to pose this to Miracle, because I was listening to the Higher Learning podcast, and Van Lathan said this, and I want to know if you agree. He said that Channing Crowder got this from women. The reason he believes that Russell Wilson is a square is because in high school, you learn what's cool and what's not cool based on what women like and don't like about the guys. Like, you walk around your high school, the athletes get women, the kids that get in trouble get women, but the upstanding, you know, Christian, you know, do everything right dude doesn't. And so he's basically saying women teach guys what's square and what's not square. How do you react to that?
I mean, I think there could be some validity to that statement. But I think it depends on a lot of things. I feel like you guys have covered this before in previous conversations. I think it depends on where you come from. I think it depends on your background, your understanding, what you're looking for, even just your perception of what is masculine. And like, are you attracted to, you know, this like overt expression of masculinity or not? And so sometimes I think there can be this association of like, oh, he's hard, he's tough, he's like fearless. And that could be seen as like these attractive traits. But I think as you mature, at least in my personal opinion, you can start to recognize that maybe that's not like, okay, maybe that is fearless. Maybe it's reckless behavior though. Like, maybe you're just reckless. Maybe you're self-sabotaging. So yeah. No,
I hear you. Yeah, it was just interesting to hear him say that. Is a lot of guys learn that in high school. High school is kind of like where you kind of figure out who you want to be. And the reason we wanted to talk about this is because a lot of Christian guys end up being labeled square, right? Like you're not doing everything everybody's doing. You asked to go home early, you know. And one thing Van also said was his friend, Van felt like he's a square. By the way, Van, you're not a square. Van felt like he was a square, and his friend told him, you just got to do a little dirt. Do a little dirt, you'll get that square labeled off of you. Basically saying like the squares are the clean cut guys that don't do anything wrong. And to shed that square title, you just got to do something wrong, do something dangerous, or, you know, whatever. What do you guys feel about that? Is that your experience as a Christian, being considered a square as you kind of grew up from your friends and the people around you?
Can I answer that first? So being mindful that I have, you know, 4 children that are probably going to see this podcast one day and listen to this interview, I was always trying to get labels off of me, right? Like, I've always tried to get labels off of me. I'm a very group oriented person. Like, I like to navigate to groups. That's why I have, you know, I'm a sports fan of certain teams, member of a fraternity. And so I always wanted kind of to be with groups. I always kind of wanted to gravitate to groups, sports, all that kind of stuff just was something I wanted to do. And I thought if you get with the group, you would almost, you know, you're destined to be accepted, right? And that's not the case. And so for me, I was that person in school that was looking to get the dirt off me. I did a lot of fighting. I ran my mouth a lot. And it never really came off. Like, it got to the point where people were annoyed, like he's fighting again, he's suspended again. Like it was annoying that I was the person that was disrupting classes and disrupting the school and all that kind of stuff. And so I think if you search for something long enough, you'll find it, especially the negative stuff. But if you just be yourself and just continue to let God lead you, it's so funny that we talk about this and everything that mattered when you were in school. Man, once you hit graduation day in high school, that stuff is out the window. It doesn't matter. Whatever clique you were with, like, I mean, my high school reunions, I wouldn't go to a single one of them. There's like, I remember, I wouldn't go to a single one. I mean, you know, if you went to my high school or you're part of the union team, you know, no diss to you, but like I saw the photos from the last one. It was like 20 people showed up. Same folks that hung out together. And I was like, y'all are not cool anymore. This isn't cool. Like it's crazy, right? And so here's what I'll ask this question, right? I'll pull the controversy out the closet, pull the curtain back, right? Had anybody really known who Channing Crowder was before this podcast or before he started saying all this stuff about, you know, more popular people? Because I only knew him as a football player because I knew his wife back in the day when they were dating, right? And that was the only reason I knew. She was telling me like, oh, I'm dating this guy on the Miami Dolphins and da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame quarterback, soon to be. It doesn't matter what someone who you don't know from that space, like this is probably the most popularity he's gotten. If you didn't know who he was before his podcast, you probably didn't know he played football. So in my opinion, it's like, I get it. Like everybody wants to have that one, you know, person that they pick on because it makes them feel better, but it's not really a thing. I think it's like, it's so what, who cares? Like I said this on the call, Jeremiah probably would have agreed. Future's son is probably going to turn out to be more like Russell Wilson than Future. You know what I mean? Like the influence of the household and everything. So I really feel like in this situation, Russell's not the square. You know, these guys that are running around here that are dating women until they get too old to really be in a real relationship or know what a real relationship is about. That's the square.
Well, here's another thing too. I think we're not coming from their perspective. We're coming from, I think somebody's in the chat. We're coming from a Christian perspective dealing with this. From the world's perspective, it's like the safe guy. You want to be with a safe guy? What? He ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? He is. Y'all gonna live a happy life. And then honestly, to some women, no, I'm serious. For some women that's out there,
what y'all gonna do? Live a happy life?
For some women,
you want that dude that's cheating on you, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Be
for
miserable,
some women that's
right?
out there, we're not talking about women of God. Hopefully, we're not talking about women of God, but women that's out there in the world, they don't want nobody that's stable. Some people want drama. Some women want drama. Some women always want to fight. Some women always want to argue. You know what I mean? And some women want to bring drama to sometimes maybe want to bring drama to another man's wife. I mean, another man in general. So I'm just saying at the same time, what Sean said earlier, sometimes women are groomed to know that from generational curses. Like, my mama mess with bad dudes. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with a bad dude. You know what I mean? Because I don't see nothing wrong with it.
What you think about
until
that,
later on? Go ahead, Miracle.
I hear you. But I can't say that like just because women aren't Christian, they're out here wanting toxic men like that. That I'm sure there are some, and I'm sure there are Christian women who want toxic men. Like I don't think it has so much to do with the belief system as it has to do with the person.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
I just want to clear that up because there's plenty of women who are not Christian who want stable relationships.
Gotcha.
And healthy situations.
Okay, I get that. And I should have said some. You're right. You're correct. I should have said some instead of all. But I just think there's sometimes it's like you want what you see, and I feel like some women would like to like they see the drama, they see their favorite whoever they connect to artist wise or whoever they connect to social media wise could be in toxic relationship, and they think that's what they want until it's too late. Like somebody said in the comments, like sometimes some women may want somebody when they're done dealing with the past life that they've been doing, and they want something new. And then now they're looking at quote unquote the square, like I want a stable relationship with that person. And then from the world's perspective, they're looking at it like, oh, she just with him because he's safe, or he whatever, or her fast or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I think from us talking here on this topic, on this panel kind of deal, it's more of us coming from a Christian perspective than somebody like the dude talking. He's coming from a worldly perspective. He's coming from a perspective of the guy who thinks that Sierra wants a bad boy, really, but she got Russell Wilson and she settled. Basically, that's what it sounds like he's saying.
Yo, this lady on Twitter said men keep talking about Russell Wilson being a square, like the man ain't all. This woman said this. Men keep talking about Russell Wilson being a square, like the man ain't also fine. Sierra found herself a fine, stable, wealthy king with no kids. Clearly, y'all don't understand a grown woman's needs. This is from the woman here, to be completely clear about that. But hey, look, honestly, I bet there's a lot of women who would agree with this statement. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at Russell Wilson, like I said before, man, we're talking about a millionaire, bro. And you said stuff that would disqualify you as a square, even in high school, is being an athlete, and especially a star athlete. That'll disqualify you from being a square.
He was never a square.
Right? He's at no point in Russell Wilson. Right. No point in Russell Wilson's life has he ever been a complete square. However, he does fit that role of goody two shoes, that part of the definition, right? And honestly, we don't know Russell. Like, you don't know Russell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He's been married before. He may have
that part.
But
look, watch this.
He's dealt with and grown from.
Yeah.
Right. He got rid of that girl who was at the draft. So anyway. We all know it. We all seen the memes.
Most of them do.
That girl, she's gone now, right? But anyway, we don't, like I said, we don't know Russell. You don't know how Russell get down for real in real life. But what we do know is that he is publicly, he's publicly out here loving his wife. Now Russell fell. If Russell falls, if Russell gets caught cheating, and if Russell gets caught doing whatever, then all of a sudden he's gonna be on everybody's headline. Everybody gonna talk about it, and Channing Crowder's gonna be like, "Oh man, I hate to see a black man fall like that." It's gonna be a whole different story. You feel me?
Okay, I have a question for you.
That's what. Yeah, go ahead.
You brought up something real good. I'm gonna throw it out there in this last thing. Tiger Woods, before he got caught with all the cheating scandals, was he a square, and is he still a square today?
Tiger Woods was also a superstar athlete who had the world in his hands, right? So no, he wasn't a square, right? I mean, let's keep it a buck. Everybody loved Tiger, and you start loving golf because of Tiger, right? If you love golf, you're a black young man. Well, anyway, if you're a black young man in America and you started to love golf, it's probably because of Tiger.
Tiger wasn't ever accused of that. But Miracle, I want to close this out. I just want to hear, and I think it'll be beneficial for a lot of young men. Because I remember being in high school and feeling like nobody would want me. Nobody cares that I love God. What do you have any encouragement for the squares to know that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing?
Embrace it.
And if you want to throw in some encouragement for the young ladies who don't want the futures, or maybe they do, and they want to aspire to something like, hopefully even better than a Russell, but I'm gonna leave that part out.
Yeah.
Better than a Russell. What does that mean?
Listen, I'm gonna just give what I have, and if it helps, it helps. Anyway, so I would say, first of all, take the label square off of yourself. Take any label that anyone has tried to put on you, and don't receive it. I think you have to be true to who you are. And if you really are committed to being faithful to God, to your beliefs, then that needs to be the focus. That needs to be the priority. And not to say that things aren't going to get difficult, that you're not going to have issues, that you're not going to, get tired or be frustrated at relational situations, or even just the feeling that you're being perceived in a negative way. But I think praying, seeking out people who can encourage you is important. Even just finding, like, if it's podcast, if it's like worship music, even to encourage yourself, because in the end, it's not really about what we want. Like, it's not like we talk about it. Yeah. Like, it's good to have preferences, and that's another conversation. But at the end of the day, like, if you are committed to God, if you want to like experience the fullness of what he has to offer, part of that recognizes that you have to lay down what you want for what he has, but also being honest with God. And I'm not saying suppress emotions. I'm saying be 100% with God, but yeah, coming to him about it and not trying to conform to what somebody else wants you to be. Be who you are, be true to God, and he'll take care of you.
All right, let's come back. We're gonna come back with some more stuff. This is awesome. Good to see you guys. You in the field with the Track Stars. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Lego.
Miracle from Trackstarz. I wanted to make sure you guys know all about the official Trackstarz Universe. So, if you'd like a free Trackstarz t-shirt, yes, as well as free merch, discounts, and exclusive content, and of course, direct access to your favorite radio host, then this is for you. Make sure you go to trackstarz.com/official. That's trackstarz.com/official.
Stop me, dog. I feel like Rocky, y'all. Ain't no use popping off. Cause my guy got me, dog. So who gon' stop me, dog? I feel like Rocky, y'all. Ain't no use popping off. Cause my guy got me, dog. So who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me, dog? And y'all gon' knock it off. Cause my guy got me, dog. It's Holy Spirit, dog, this ain't the juice. No need to fear when you win with the truth. You don't believe miracles, don't really care. I look in the mirror and I'm seeing the pool. You about to see kerosene hitting the roof. Cause I put a spirit when I'm in the booth. I think it's apparent that they finna lose. It ain't really fair to them, how we gon' do them. Ooh, my whole crew. Family, that's how we move. Hating evil boy, it's not a game. If you want up on them, it's cool. Try to come for my life. Got backed up by the truths. Now I ain't never gon' die. So I ain't never gon' lose. So who gon' stop me, dog? I feel like Rocky, y'all. Ain't no use popping off. Cause my guy got me, dog. So who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me, dog? And y'all gon' knock it off. Cause my guy got me, dog.
So you feel like boxing? I feel like a real life Rocky. I will bet a million dropping. Any one of these dirty devils that step in the ring, and I promise that will not stop me. I run this race and top speed to clock me. Got Mach 3 ready, set, go to come pop. You watch me. Reach the speed that the human eye cannot see. How can I lose when he got me? No, I ain't bragging, boasting in my strength. I know I can't win this race on my own. It's God that puts the gas up in my tank. He writes the music that I make. Pass the paintbrush when I paint. So when I say you can't stop me, that is a declaration made by
so
faith.
So who stop me, dog? I feel like Rocky, y'all. Ain't no use popping off. Cause my guy got me, dog. So who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me, dog? And y'all gon' knock it off. Cause my guy got me, dog. Y'all better knock it off. I'm knocking off Goliath's jaw. Bet he wants to buy my soul. But I ain't so cocky. The giants all shook. They don't wanna see my involvement. I am raw with these times. I'm a lion heart, a child of God, defying darkness. I ignore to anyone trying to harm us. Times so hard, I'm trying to get the fire started. Who gon' stop me, dog? I feel like Rocky, y'all. Ain't no use popping off. Cause my guy got me, dog. So who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me, dog? And y'all gon' knock it off. Cause my guy got me, dog.
Time for the entertainment report with Jeremiah.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Oh man, come on, man. Come on, dude. That's on me. My bad. I didn't eat breakfast this morning.
I started to say something, but I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone.
But everybody know why my screen looked messed up a little bit. Y'all wouldn't know. I'm just gonna say it. I'm an hour behind you guys. I'm in Dallas. I'm in a family situation, but I eat, so I thought I could catch it. I didn't know the paper was in there, so that's my fault. My bad. Entertainment reports. Anyway. All right, so the slap heard around the world has consequences, ladies and gentlemen. Will Smith will be banned from the Oscars for 10 years. All right, so Will Smith will not be allowed to attend the Academy Awards for the next 10 years as a result of the slap. He agrees with it. He says, I understand the decision, and he has to feel the consequences of that, man. So what y'all think, man? Is 10 years too long? What y'all think?
10 years is way too long, man.
I don't think
10 years.
It's too long, but what is the real consequence there? Like, okay,
you can't go to the Oscars, bro.
He can still be nominated, right?
Yeah, you can still win.
Except my Oscar, I'm gonna stay at home and chill.
Nah, man,
I don't have to worry about the press. I don't have to worry about the expensive suit I gotta find and pick out. I don't gotta worry about the weirdness. Let me just.
But you can't make that speech, bro. Like, you can't get up and make the speech, and you can't slap anybody else. I mean, this may be a new thing he wants to do every year. Anyway,
yo, dudes are going crazy right now. The comedians are going crazy on.
They are.
So
Yeah,
they are.
I know.
I see one dude. He was going in on Jada. I was like, dang.
He gonna be 62 the next time he can be at the Oscars, y'all. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's remarkable. And at that point, he'll get his Lifetime Achievement Award and walk off. So
I think his resignation was enough for him to be like, I don't care. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
He resigned. If it was a big deal to him, he would be like, I'm not resigning. Y'all aren't taking anything out of my hands. Pry it out of my dead cold fingers if you want to. But he's not. I don't think he cares. I think 10 years is whatever. I think, honestly, some other type of humiliation would have been more, I guess, more harsh punishment than what he got. I don't see.
Wait till like Chris Rock special.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Have you seen his brother Tony Rock?
Yeah, I saw it.
Crazy.
Yeah. But all he basically said was, "You gonna hit my brother?" That's basically all he said. We got a lot of brothers.
Well, he also said it's 9 Rock brothers, and you need to watch your back because any one of them can hit you in the eye.
Nobody's gonna hit Will Smith out in the open.
Right.
Come on, y'all. Hey, like, y'all act like Will Smith is just like somebody.
You know
walking
what?
down the street. It's not that. Will Smith got bodyguards. He got people.
Somebody made a mistake. Somebody did make a point by saying that Will tried to write comedian. Is that true? Did he try to write?
He did.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Because
at the end of the day, Chris Rock is in a place in his life where he's like chilling, and he's more like trying to develop who he is as a person. So now it's like he's going to therapy. He's talking about stuff. He's getting stuff out. Like, I saw a clip about him talking about bullying or in the past, how he dealt with, like, so he's getting stuff out. And also he just like, he know if I would have hit this dude back, my career could have been over too. My career could have been like a wrap. So he, from the quote unquote man situation, he had restraint, which was great. But from other people, like, yo, you should have hit him back. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's just
take
like,
the check, bro. Take the check.
Now, I mean, his comedy tours are selling out. So
yeah, it is. Take the check.
He's doing his thing. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Denzel was there too, and Denzel said prayer was the only answer. Denzel was at a TD Jakes summit in Charlotte, North Carolina, and TD Jakes asked him about it. He said he had to step in. He was like, he had to step in because he felt like he was the statesman. Like, he said he had to see what the situation there. He had to calm the situation. He also said they're saying when the devil ignores you, you know you're doing something wrong. The devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. He's my favorite. He also talked about when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right. And for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of that circumstance that night. He didn't say he got a hold of Will, but he did say the circumstances. And then also he was like, for people out there judging Will, he said they're but for grace of God, can any of us, who are we to condemn? You know what I'm saying? Who are we to judge? You know what I'm saying? Will Smith, he just made a mistake. Why are we judging him? We got stuff in our lives. He said, I don't know all the ins and outs of the situation, but I know the only solution was prayer. And he said, I could not sit in my seat and done nothing. He's like, that's just not who I am. So Denzel talked about it. It's got like 1 million views on YouTube right now. Like, it was trending and everything, this conversation between the two. People are really like intrigued by this. I thought it would die, like, but it didn't. Like, people still eating off of it and everything. So it's crazy. All right. Shout out to the Indie Tribe has announced the first round of performers for Holy Smoke Fest. Of course, Indie Tribe is going to be there performing. Not Clyde is going to perform, and Magic and Bird is performing. If y'all don't know who Magic and Bird is, Words Plays and Andy Mineo will be performing at Holy Smokes this year as well. So remember, man, Holy Smokes had a big time last year. Basketball tournaments, they did their video shoot there. They did so much stuff there. This year it's going to be a 2-day event again, May 27th through the 28th in the A. You know what I'm saying? All right, our guy DJ MC Nice has a cooking show coming. Remember, a couple weeks ago I told you about his seasoning. He's seasoning, you know what I'm saying? But now he got a show. You can go check this show out. He got coming. It's called the Hip Hop Cookhouse. Highlights and showcase the cooking skills of MC Nice, all while his sidekick DJ Hustle, salute to you, sir, spins a variety of hip hop instrumentals from him to cook too. MC Nice will fuse his Puerto Rican and African American heritage with dishes ranging from his signature lemon pepper brown butter garlic shrimp. Sounds dope. Sounds good. His French toast, his chicken enchiladas and red sauce, and also his Cali mac and cheese. What does Cali mac and cheese taste like? What do y'all think that tastes like? He said the show is inspired the everyday home cook, as each dish can be made in your own kitchen. MC Nice prepares these delicious dishes as well as his desserts, then finishes the meal with his favorite mocktails. You know what I'm saying? So this is cool, man. I shout out to Nice, man. I think Nice is the most versatile person in CHH. One day he's doing this, one day he's doing that. You gotta keep flipping it, and I understand. I can't knock him, bro. Shout out to you, brother. All right, comment section this week: Ray Knowledge Shoe single, Bridgewater Hallelujah Amen single, Mission and Brandon P Trophy Gang single, Zay Hill Heartless single, New Tone Fight Now single, Mike Wiles and Truther Demon Time single, Dej P Brush It Off single, Deshaun Shantae Squad Love single, Shy Wan Offensive single, DJ LC That's on God single. All right. Remember, man, Milk and Feel Good playlists. Go subscribe to those right now on Spotify. Our Milk is our Christian rap playlist, and our Feel Good is our Christian R&B playlist. All right. Rick, Miracle, y'all want to push anything? What's good?
I want to hear what Miracle's been doing. I think a lot of people have been wondering, what have you been doing since the last time they saw you in studio?
Well, I've been doing a lot. I finished my degree.
Yeah.
So that's
Congratulations.
Exciting. Thank you.
So exciting.
Yeah, and then I've just been doing some personal development, artistic development, and just started a new job. Pretty recently with One Race Movement here in Atlanta.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, congrats.
So, thank you. Yeah, so just working on myself and working on my artistic side as well.
Awesome. Dope. Your song with Rick was awesome, by the way. I thought that was really good.
It was.
Yes. Thank you.
Rick, what you got going on?
Well, you know me, man. I have a few different things. I got a few different things going on. Yo, we just did an interview with Ryan Wilson from CBS. He came on and talked to us about the NFL draft. And so some people are getting ready for the NFL draft, at least if you're a football fan at all, right? Maybe you don't know all the names yet. You haven't kind of figured out everything yet. Ryan Wilson came on the show to kind of bring us some of that insight. Emory Hunt from CBS also came on last week and talked to us about HBCU players that will possibly be drafted this year. So I was excited about that, to bring y'all those interviews. There's a few of those people coming on, man. They're going to kind of break down the NFL draft and talk to us about that. And then I was just able to interview from my viewpoint, the next Marshawn Lynch, man. Anthony Alonso, coming from California, young kid, man, coming out of the same high school as Marshawn Lynch. That kid I posted his highlights and everything on Instagram, and Hugh Jackson was like, yo, I want that kid. I need to get to know that kid. And so, we have those interviews going on right now. And so right now we're basically shedding light on HBCUs and bringing people the knowledge they need to have about sports.
Oh, Miracle, one more question. Somebody asked in the chat, who was it? They asked, what art are you working on? Talk a little bit more about that.
So music. I have been singing since I was young. You said what?
It was M-Ball that asked.
Oh, okay. I've been singing since I was younger, but had kind of pushed it to the side. So I've just been cultivating that more recently.
Yeah, she's really, really good, guys. So if you want to hear, you can hear on Rick's project, Beyond Belief. And she sings all the time. So go check her out. Follow her. You can see her handle pop up every now and then. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
You haven't already signed up for Nectar distribution? Honestly, I don't know what you're doing. So let me tell you about it. You get unlimited uploads of your music throughout the year. You also keep 100% of the rights. You get to use our one-of-a-kind single maximizer tool, in which not only do we push your music to the streaming sites like Spotify, Google Play, and Tidal, but we also push it to music blogs so you can get more eyes on your music. And the best part about it is, it's only $19.99. No, not a month, but a year. Again, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go ahead and sign up today for Nectar distribution at nectardistro.com, and we'll see you inside.
Yeah, look, I can show you who the finest is. Finger to the sky, I can show you who your highness is. Yeah, the prideful don't know when to quit, but he thought he had the drip. Nah, that was just his sinuses. Yeah, we found this treasure, we all kinds of rich. Let your light shine before men, we all kinds of lit. Never been once for the fake love that's counterfeit. If demons throw punches, these hands land with a counterfeit. Yeah, hey look, you know what it is. Bet you can get real far if you minding your biz. And all that nonsense and deception ain't gonna work on a kid. I heard you cap for a living like you working at Liz. Now tell me, brother, are you a living vain Christian? Or all about prosperity or make it rain Christian? Oh nah, never mind, I get it. You a champagne Christian. God is only good in celebration. Champagne Christian, yo, get out of here. We got influence over a lot of ears. But brothers tend to get there and be forgetting what got them there. Then they live like orphans. Bruce Wayne has got them there. Important if our life lived off stage is not sincere. Man, it's scary when you really know you've gone far. Trying to come back, but pride got you in an arm bar. These nocturnal dudes live in the dark. Got more fear got on their feet than in their heart. Boy, I'm out of here. Sheesh.
I don't need a cannon when I wild out. This ain't the talk that you want. Go and bow out. Big dog, the chain been broken. Go do your history. See, it's warriors only, so don't bring no kids to me. Bright lights, Jesus got his angels all around me. Had me walk on water when the devil tried to drown me. Lost boy, walked the path to danger, but I found peace. Music made to put my mind at rest, we call it sound sleep. It's Big Q, boy, I really taught y'all what that pain meant. I ain't here to add to the game, I'm here to change it. It's touchers, if the piece don't fit, we rearrange it. It costs to be the boss, and y'all ain't ready for them pain. Built your idols, watch these punches break they porcelain frame. Twisted metal fly out the hand, just like the scorpion chain. If you see me with the rock, it ain't the scorpion king. See me suited for the fight, they think I'm Morpheus, man.
Truth music. Check. I'ma dodge like caravans if the devil throwing them darts. This a 3-piece combo, you can get it a la carte. I'ma raise a sharp comb over, I've been set apart. You full of crap when you cap, all you doing is blowing farts. The devil schemes got me tired, I'm tired of your agendas. Y'all be rapping, chasing clout, we putting Jesus front and center. I got the heart of a lion, y'all lying, playing pretender. I'm set on fire by the fire of the spirit in all its splendor. Whatever happened to reverence over relevance, temperance over lecherous, prejudice for the sedative. If my finger makes me stumble, then I'm losing some appendages. The message clear as day, but y'all still ain't comprehending it. If Q the butcher, Aable, Westside, I'm La Machina. We kill the beat, leave it stinking in the alley like old tilapia. Punchlines for days like it's bar week, your bars weak. My rhymes out this world, my bars belong in Starfleet, Prodi.
What's good? It's Zonti. We follow Jesus. You know the movement. You're in the field with the track stars. Yes, sir.
All right, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, for all things track stars, make sure you go to trackstarswithazz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, download the app, leave us a review. Make sure that you get your merch, all right?
All right, so we wanted to bring this up, and I hope this video plays, so just bear with me if it doesn't. We want to bring this up. There was a church in Chicago that decided to fast from whiteness for Lent. Okay. All right, so I wanted to see what you guys thought about it, and I'm gonna ask another question. Let's just pray that this plays. All right, you ready?
A church in Oak Park recently declared it was, quote, fasting from whiteness for Lent. First United Church of Oak Park states on its website, quote, for Lent this year, First United is doing a mix of giving something up and taking something on. In our worship services throughout Lent, we will not be using any music or liturgy written or composed by white people. Our music will be drawn from the African American spirituals tradition, from South African freedom songs, from Native American traditions, and many, many more, end quote. The church also put up a sign on its property announcing the fast, stating that its worship services would be built, quote, around the voice of Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color, end quote. It is certainly a different approach to the Lenten season, which traditionally sees participants giving up things like chocolate or screen time. You can read more on this story in our post below.
All right, so I just want to ask first, what do you think this church is like? Like, just imagine this church. What do you describe it to me, Rick? What do you think this church is like?
Amazing, bro. I couldn't imagine myself walking into a church service, right, and hearing them say, as you know, we're completing our fast on, for our fast from whiteness this week. Bro, I'd die.
This is like
I'd pass away in the church right now, bro. That's
but
I
describe this church.
That, man.
Just like, what do you see when you walk? What do these people look like to you in your mind? What does this church look like?
I see them.
Yeah.
What's this racial makeup of this church?
I don't feel no waist tied. It's the craziest thing. Like,
was that their gospel?
What's the makeup?
What's the racial makeup?
That was
but what I'm saying, like,
just answer my question. What's the racial makeup of this church? Do you think
it's mixed? It's mixed.
Predominantly white.
It's definitely not mixed. Because that would be offensive, and they would have heard that before they even.
So, what do you think it is, Ryan?
Approval, huh?
You think it's a black church or a white church?
I think it's got to be a white church, right?
Okay.
If you tell me something different.
The Christian season of Lent is coming to a close as a leader of this Oak Park church speaks out for the first time over the church's chosen Lenten fast.
For us, Lent is all about loving more people.
Reverend John Edgerton said it was love that inspired a church sign headline, Fasting from Whiteness. He said the meaning behind the boldness, celebrating diversity.
Lent is a time when we reprioritize.
We love the racial and economic diversity, the bringing together of people who are not the same.
The sacrifice moving from a traditional Lenten celebration to exclusively showcasing voices and music of Black, Indigenous, and other people of color. The small church's decision has since elevated them from a local to worldly stage.
We as a local church could never have dreamed that our proclamation of the gospel would reach a national audience, an international audience.
Edgerton said Lenten season also means taking on something, but in this case, it included taking on backlash. In a statement, the church said it received white supremacist backlash, including more than 1,000 hateful messages. But the Reverend didn't choose to focus on that, but the purpose of their chosen fast.
This has been a season of the best church that I can remember. It has been challenging in all the best ways and comforting in all the ways we need coming out of this pandemic.
In Oak Park, Kate Kogirin, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right.
Hey, if you like
so that I shouldn't be surprised by that. I shouldn't be surprised by that, but that wasn't my first thought when I heard it. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. What do you guys think of what they decided to do? Obviously, this is Catholic-based church. So what do you guys think of what they decided to do for Lent?
I absolutely love it.
Christian comedians could have had a field day with this. Like, still can.
Well, I love it, though. Think about it for a second.
So they're going to throw away the hymns and get Kurt Franklin, start singing Kurt Franklin. But see, that's even worse. Because you're going to get clowned when they put it online, because somebody's going to sing something that they don't know how to sing it, and it's going to sound bad, and people are going to laugh at it. Like, I've seen it before where people start trying to sing Black music, quote unquote gospel music, and they don't know how to sing it. It just go viral and laugh. So I don't know, man. This is crazy.
So Miracle went to school in Chicago. So have you heard of this church before?
I have not. No, I have not.
Okay.
But I'm familiar with Oak Park.
Okay. What do you think of what they did?
For one, well, I was just gonna say I don't know that it is. Did you say it was a Catholic church, Sean, or because I thought they said Orthodox?
I don't know exactly what they do, but obviously Lent is primarily a Catholic.
It's a First United Church.
Yeah. Okay. First United, but yeah, it's a Catholic.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't
tradition.
think. I mean, I think I somewhat understand, what they were wanting to do. I appreciate the fact that they're wanting to elevate and shine a light on those who have traditionally been like pushed to the side, marginalized. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that they're putting prayer into practice surrounding this desire to understand other cultures more, and that they're doing it as a church, and it's something that they're trying to explore together. The only thing is I don't know that you can, like the language of fasting whiteness, I don't know if that's the best way to describe what's happening, because I don't know that you can fast from a cultural identity or a culture that you ascribe to. I think you can elevate another culture and learn from another culture, but I don't know that you can fast, because if it's something you've grown up in, then it's something that's innate. You're not going to be able to pinpoint every part of quote unquote whiteness within yourself and say, I'm putting this to the side, because it's a part of your identity.
Yeah.
Within the context, obviously, of America and the racial construct and all of that. But so I don't know that you can put it to the side, but I think highlighting others is better, and having people who come in from those contexts and listening is necessary. I hope they're not trying to do this thing by themselves. I would assume they are not. Yeah.
Do you think they'll come to the church with dashikis and stuff on, singing African?
No, I don't.
Singing gospel music.
I'm not going to make that assumption. No.
Yeah, I think this is an honest effort. It's kind of sensationalized. Well, especially now because of the fight over critical race theory and everything that's going on, where pastors are taking sides against that. The Republican political theology that's in a lot of evangelical churches. So you immediately put a target on your back when you bring stuff up like this. So I think he had good intentions for this. I think it was coming from a place of, we want to be more inclusive. We want to make sure that we are, the majority culture is making space for other voices. I think that was their intent. But of course, when you say fasting from whiteness, you're going to get a whole group of people immediately against you. So I don't know if it was worth the controversy, but I think hearing him talk, it sounded like he was doing it from a pure place. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the question is, what's whiteness? Like, what is considered whiteness? Like, because if you talk about just songs, then that's nothing. But what about like, if you really gonna do this, I'm sorry. If you really gonna do this, you need to go to Harold's Chicken and Waffle and let them sponsor like cook food for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell people about that. You can't go to like food restaurants. You need to embrace this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You need to let Lil Durk come and talk to you.
Yeah. You need to rent an Impala. You need to call your credit bureau. Call your credit bureau, have them lower your score.
Y'all gonna make Miracle mad. Y'all gonna make Miracle mad.
Here's what I take away from this show, right? A couple of months ago, I saw something said about me in the chat. So I decided that I'm not going to be serious. You won't know if I'm serious or if I'm being for real, because I just feel like I'm taking this as a acting gig now, right? So I'm going to just act a little bit more. But when I heard that, I saw something totally different. I wasn't thinking about the music. I wasn't thinking about, like, it reminded me of the Dave Chappelle skit where it was like, y'all remember that skit with it was like Ask a Black Dude? You remember that?
Yeah.
They should have asked the black guy before they went public with this whole idea. Like, let me call up somebody. Let me bring another member of the clergy in here and tell them what I'm getting ready to publicly put out. and how it's being said in the narrative, because it's all wrong. It's all wrong. I mean, it should be offensive on both sides of the fence. Like it's awful because it suggests so many things. It's not clear enough. And you shouldn't call it whiteness. You shouldn't call it whiteness. You shouldn't call it white privilege. You shouldn't call it anything. You should probably say we're going to move away from traditionalism. Like all of it is offensive. If you use white privilege, if you use whiteness,
I'm not offended.
Wait, why should they not use whiteness? I don't understand.
Well, because I feel like you're gonna. It's a stereotype, right? Your church may be into something different. So you maybe say, okay, we're getting away from traditionalism, right? We're gonna do something different. We're gonna do something that would maybe draw in a different culture. But you don't call it like I'm fasting.
Who are we to tell them? Who are we to tell them what to do with their whiteness?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Okay, can we say that? Facts.
It's not up to us to determine what they can do with their whiteness.
But here's the question: you need that help
from it. By all means,
go
brother.
Too far.
Do what you do.
PR. This doesn't look good for the church's PR, right?
Yeah,
like to me, it looks like you got millions of views. You got millions of views of this situation, but people are not coming to your church now. That don't make any sense. I'm not flying to Chicago and being like, yo, I got to go by Oakwood, man, or Oak Park, whatever. Like that doesn't make sense to me. This is.
So
I want to go.
I want to
be that voice, Miracle. Be that voice.
Listen, the line that comes in at the bottom and said, "These are not the views and the opinions
of Trackstarz Universe."
Line we need up right now.
Version of anybody.
Right. We need that at the bottom. But I just want to say that I don't think it's wrong for them to call it whiteness because it is speaking to a cultural. It's a cultural group of people, and there may be
is the color of their skin, though. They call the color of their skin white, so it's like you're gonna say my whiteness. Right? That means a whole bunch of different things in my mind.
Okay, I think you're taking this in a way that I don't know. I think you're taking it as if a black person came and was like, "Y'all need to whatever." Okay, and that in itself is another topic. I'm not going to get into it, but they as Rick said, they said it themselves. And I don't think it's anything wrong with acknowledging the culture that you come from and the positives, the pros and the cons that are associated with it. So calling it whiteness, like what's wrong with saying blackness? Like what? I don't understand. I don't think
good group called Sounds of Blackness.
I was thinking about the Sounds of Blackness too. I was thinking about them too.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that word.
Black Men United. One of my favorites.
It's only when it becomes like, you know, I guess stigmatized or like racialized in a negative way that it's a problem. Like if you're talking about someone negatively and there's no basis of truth. If you're critiquing it in an authentic, realistic way based on facts, then that's one thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with them saying whiteness. The word whiteness is not a problem.
Here's the real question. Are they going to go back to whiteness after lunch?
That's the question. Why is it temporary?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what the
temporary.
Question is.
Why is it temporary?
Y'all know how we used to fast, and at that 21 day, we was at McDonald's at 6 o'clock, or we was at
you got the egg on the edge of the pan, like,
you know what I'm saying? So my question is, that day after Lent is over, are they gonna go back to them hymns?
That's a good
them
question.
Slave hymns and everything else. So I mean,
thank God that's over.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Exactly. That's the question.
But what is the question? What does the return look like?
I can't. This is why language is important. People need to be careful with the words they use. Because
guys.
This is why we got to tell Miracle in advance what exactly we're doing.
Yes.
We got to bring you on Miracle when it's safe conversation.
Come back, fellas. We're good. It's over.
So my thing is that's the offensive part of it, right? Like that's the offensive part. Like you go to Kirk Franklin for the time of Lent, but the week after Easter Sunday, y'all are back to doing whatever you want to do. Why not continue with Kirk Franklin?
To be fair, I don't think that's what his intention is. I think his intention is I think he was intentionally being controversial to point out something to his white brothers and sisters. So we're just being fair to him.
You don't think that's pandering?
I think his detractors. This
You
is
don't
what
think he was paying?
Hold on. Let me say it. Let me say it.
All right, go ahead.
His
go ahead.
detractors are going to say, "You are part of the problem in the church, making things about race." And I'm surprised Ryan is on this side, but you're part of the problem in the church, making this about race, villainizing whiteness, saying that white people are inherently evil or something. They deserve to be punished in some kind of way, and you are part of the liberal woke movement. And you're just doing this to virtual signal to people that you agree with politically. And this is all just a ploy to get more views and clicks. That's what their detractors are going to say. Is that what you believe, Ryan? You're on the Republican side on this one?
No. So what I'm saying is doing the news conference, right? Doing the whole like, hey, I mean, you got to know that when the media comes to you about a story that they heard from somebody, whatever, you got to know they're getting ready to exploit you in a negative way. You got to know that's coming, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like him doing the news conference and this getting social media play and such, it feels like it's pandering because it's almost like if we fast from our whiteness, our black brothers and sisters and people of color are going to come to the service on that Sunday. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I just don't understand it.
I will say, just to wrap it, because this has been funny, but just to wrap this up, I will say somebody said it, the right way to have done this was to partner with black churches in your communities. I mean, how far is Oak Park from South Side? I mean, this is like west of Chicago, right? It's like 30 minutes away from where like the black community would be having church. So I would say
asking you, Miracle.
No, I mean I'm from there, so I know. So
I know I was about to say, why is Sean asking?
But I mean, she's been there more recently, so I don't know where this particular church is.
Oh, okay.
So all I'm saying is the right way to do this sincerely, if he was just trying to be, righteous, would be to partner with black churches and say, hey, we're going to do more effort to join our churches, to partner more often, to make our churches more multicultural.
That's true.
And not just one way, not just black people coming here, but both of us working together more often, doing community service in your community, in our community, Oak Park and Wheaton and wherever.
Right.
Like that should be the real effort if that's what all it was about. So I'm not questioning his heart. I think he really meant it in the right way, but it was maybe unnecessarily because all this is going to do is cause people to entrench on their sides even more. You see what I'm saying?
Can I say one thing too? I just want to say, like, the comment, I know it was jokingly said, but the comment about them, what are they going to do after they leave, right? After they finish with Lent. I think the hope is that with any time of Lent, observance of, like fasting and trying to focus on God more in a particular area, is that you learn something when you walk away.
Yeah.
So I want to give credence to the fact that they very well could walk away from this time of Lent, having learned more, so that in the future they can connect better with other people, or they can be more open to other things. So I just want to give
I think this is gonna permanently damage them. I think it's over.
I don't think so. God is God, and if He is operating there,
are you acting, or is these are actual takes from
He's trolling. He's trolling. And this
okay. Let me stop talking then.
These are authentic takes.
No, you're not.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Are you
but
going to look
he's doing
them
a
up
great
on
job.
Sunday when you go to Chicago?
This is gonna help.
I'm definitely gonna look them up.
This is
I
gonna
can't
help
wait
them
to go
tremendously. What are you talking about?
I can't wait to go. I want to see if what was. So Miracle did talk about this for a second. She said that they should be learning something, right? This was a learning experience, and I wrote this down too, right? I love the fact that they're going to as a group learn about Black culture. So I love it, man. So if I get a chance to be in Chicago, I'm definitely going to visit.
Question. Would you rather them fast from their whiteness during Lent, or would you rather them do this during Black History Month?
I don't care when they do it. It's funny either way. So
great content either way. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
That's a mess.
You are listening to the Track Stars with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're in the field with the Track Stars.
Track Stars.
Track Stars. Ryan Righteous. Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
Right now you're listening to the Trackstarz.
You know what time it is. Yeah.
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Navigate, you Trackstarz music artist, and you are in the field with the family Trackstarz Radio.
Trackstarz Radio.
We got it in the field. Trackstarz. Get it, got it, good.
Ain't no podcast beef. We got respect for y'all.
Yeah.
But respect the grind, baby. Respect the grind. I gotta get the flex bombs today. Respect the grind.
What's going on? It's your girl Angie Rose, and if you didn't know, you're La Familia, and you're in the field with the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, make sure you go to the Trackstarz YouTube page. Make sure you go to the Trackstarz Facebook page. Join the official universe. You can get a t-shirt on us when you join the official universe, and you get access to the Facebook page with exclusives like clips and videos and interviews. So make sure you do that, all right?
All right, we have another Noteworthy for you. Again, we're getting Noteworthies going again. We've gotten a lot of them. So please, if you want to send in a Noteworthy, if you're dealing with something that you don't feel comfortable talking to anybody around you, just kind of want to, Christian feedback from us and the community, because we'll post these and you'll get even broader feedback. Send in your Noteworthies at trackstarz.com/Noteworthy. And again, they're anonymous. We have no idea who's sending these in. I don't have any email information or anything. We don't ask for any of that. So send them in and we'll put them up. So this one is actually pretty deep, guys. So we were talking to, we had some people reaching out to some therapists because we wanted to really get somebody on here, but we'll give as best as we can with the knowledge we have. This one is called Survivor of Male Sexual Abuse. I'm 27 years old, and God has finally given me the strength to talk about what I've been going through for most of my life. After having a major mental breakdown, I decided to go to therapy. I've come to the realization that I want to tell my story in the open and public forum, no matter who gets hurt or who it may affect. The truth needs to be told. Family secrets kill and make others sick. Should I start telling my story more publicly to help other male victims and survivors, or should I just start with my family and then eventually go public with it? I already started sharing on my social media platforms, IG and TikTok, but I'm not sure if that's enough. I want to be a light for this issue. Sexual abuse is a real thing, and I want others to know there's power in your story and in vocalizing it. I just want my brothers free. It sickens me to know that I and so many others don't get to voice it because of fear and shame. What should I do, and how should I go about this? And does the pain of something like this ever go away? Man, what do y'all think about that? It's heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rick, are you saying something?
Yeah, my first thought is that I feel that it is I don't know if going straight to social media is the way to go, right? That's my first thought. I don't know if going straight to social media is the way to go here, but I'll say this: I do love the fact that he went to therapy, right? And so going to therapy, I think, was the right answer. I know I've been to therapy as well. And in therapy, you can get out and kind of work through so many things that are going on in your life, right? And so, and leaving a therapy session or leaving, a series of sessions with clarity in a situation and freedom from a situation is a good look. And so everybody doesn't, advocate for, going to therapy. I'm a believer in it. So I love the fact that he went there. Now, what to do now, right? And I don't know whether to go public or, I don't know whether to start off with social media or not. But if you're asking like me directly, I would say I probably would start off with a safe member in my family, right? That's probably where I would start. Because before you go super public, you want to get comfortable with your story and being able to tell it, right? So getting comfortable with your story, being able to tell it, and getting the finer points out, and knowing, how to handle whatever the blowback would be from telling your story. So I would probably start off with somebody in my family, a safe member of my family that I can share my heart with, and that has my best interests at heart.
So when you go back and you dissect this a little bit, it sounds like he's saying to come out to his family is to also talk about somebody in his family, right? It sounded like it was a close situation, because he mentioned that, people close to me could get hurt. And so it almost sounds like the fear of it is, when I tell this person in my family, are they going to have the level head to not go out there and make this situation, worse, like for me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say whoever he tells finds out that it's somebody in the family, and they go confront that person. Does that become a violent situation? Does that become like how involved is that? So I think that's the number one thing that he's concerned about. And just to encourage, when you do have those issues, when it's family and when it's so close to home, finding that, like Rick said, finding that confidant is the first step. And I think making sure that you give, preferences around, if I tell you this, you got to promise me that you'll remain calm. You got to promise me that it'll be this. You got to promise me, like, just different things like that, so that they're reassured that as they go forward and bring out more information to someone, that person is going to also handle it delicately. And then also the other thing is, it may be something where he probably is afraid, or has maybe not confronted the abuser, and then that becomes what do I have to do for you to keep this quiet, or don't tell this and don't tell that. So it's really a very fine line between just discomfort and possibly fear with him, and I think he should go with the latter, which is to overcome that fear and just trust that when he moves forward with that information, God is going to be behind that situation and help him handle it.
I would say, if you're going to tell it, I think you should tell your family first, because they're going to see it if you do it like out in the open. You know what I mean? If you just say, I'm going to share this online, then they're going to see it. Then you're going to get calls. And then you get calls and you get people want to talk about it. And you know what I'm saying? So I would say, just out of respect for your family, and if you got to expose whoever, just tell your family first. I would say talk to your parents first. You know what I mean? If that's or somebody that in your family that will want to hear what you have to say. Because sometimes I know even in your family, when you start going with those, such and such touch me, or this happened, sometimes people don't want to hear it, but at least you told it to them first, so they're not shocked when somebody, because most likely your family follows you on social media, so they're gonna be like, I didn't know this happened. When did this happen? So at least so once you tell it, they could be like, I've known that already. And you know what I mean? So just not to shock people in your family, because at the same time, you still love your family members, and your family members still love you. So you want to give them that honest talk to first, and then tell the world. You know what I mean? I think that's what you should do, in my personal opinion.
So he said he went to therapy. I assume he's told his therapist this as well. So, and I assume they said it was okay, I guess, because, so I think it was, who said it? There was somebody, it was Mache. The one thought I had that made me worried was, I think Mache said as well, that social media contains a lot of people who wish you no goodwill whatsoever. So if you're not prepared to deal with, not everything is going to come back as, oh man, we feel so bad for you, man. Sometimes people are just evil, right? And they'll say things to make it worse. So if you're ready to absorb that, and not let it affect you and send you back to a bad place, then I think it's okay. I do agree that you probably should run this past family first, just to make sure they know this revelation, unless there's some reason your therapist has told you not to. But yeah, I think his desire is a right one, because a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about this, right? Guys that have been abused don't feel comfortable coming forward with this, which means there's several other guys that have been abused that don't know that there's other people for them, right? There's a lot of issues you deal with in your life that you feel like you're by yourself on, that if other people were not brave enough, but if they were able to express it, it brings so much comfort to somebody to know that, oh, wow, I didn't know other people were dealing with this. So I understand why he feels the need to do this. If social media didn't exist, what would you want to be doing? I think that's my question. If social media didn't exist, would you be writing a book? Would you be trying to do speeches at colleges? Like, I would try to figure out why the motivation to share social media specifically. There may be a more effective way to do it than social media. Maybe it is the book, right? Like, getting it all down, thinking through every piece of it, so it's not just like off the top of your head stuff where you actually process through the whole thing. That could be a good way. And then when you share it, you know you've thoroughly poured it out and vetted it in your own heart first before you started sharing it. Because again, people will find weak spots in your appearance or in your delivery, and they'll just tag you with stuff that can really put you back. So if you feel ready for that, it can be very helpful. I'll just be careful. Like, make sure you're being honest about how you're reacting to the feedback with your therapist, so that he or she can modify the program as you go. Don't hide any negative reactions, because that could really put you back. What do you think, Miracle?
I think you guys said enough.
Yeah, it's a heavy one. It's definitely a heavy one. And like I said, last week we did one that had nothing to do with sex, right? Somebody was saying, oh man, another sexual one. The reason we keep getting these noteworthies is because this is what people are dealing with. Like, sexual sin is one of the most difficult things a person has to deal with in their life. And that's what a lot of people end up hiding as well. So a forum like this draws it out of people because they feel safe to do it when it's anonymous. So yeah, it's not like we're hiding the noteworthies that aren't about this. It's just that 90% of them are. A lot of people are in pain. So again, keep sending whatever it is that you're struggling with. It's just that a lot of people are struggling with this. And it's sad to me that there are so many stories of sexual abuse, male or female. Like, there's got to be something done, not just for the victims, but like, what is causing this, and why is this especially even in the church, why is this still happening? Why are we not dealing with this? So just in your prayer times, just keep this issue in mind, because there are so many of your brothers and sisters secretly struggling with these memories and what it has done to their life. So just keep this in your heart. Hopefully, again, we're not therapists. Hopefully that helps. Just know that we care. That's why we brought it up today. You have a whole family of people online that care. So you're not by yourself. So again, if you want to send us feedback on your journey, you can always reply and say update. If you send a noteworthy, you can always give us updates and we'll read those updates. But
can I say something, Sean?
Yeah.
So somebody puts I think it was Derek, right? Derek put this in the chat, saying that maybe you're not comfortable going to family because they would cover this up, right? And
tell you to cover it up.
Yeah, tell you to cover it up. So, or what if they've already kind of been covering some stuff up? Maybe somebody in the family knows, but they've been covering it up. What would your response be, to this person, if that's the case, right? If there is some family who knows, but they've been covering it up, right? What would your response be then?
I think that is how this happens, right? Like, there's people who have some value to you, either because they're family or because they're in power in your church or whatever. And there's this idea, even by people not involved, that you have to kind of protect your family. You got to protect your own. So blasting them online is something that you shouldn't do, because that's family. That's our business, you know? And I think that's what he's trying to break through. So I understand it's possible that you could be afraid that if you go to your family, they will tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Out of the desire to protect other family members, possibly from jail. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea. Like that protection can go really deep. So it may require you to go against their wishes if it's that serious. You know what I mean? If it can help as many people as you believe it can help, sometimes you do have to say, I know this is my family, I know this is my church, but this isn't right. And I'm not going to be part of the cover up for this person's bad behavior anymore. Even if you don't have to get on there and say names. Just talking about what you experienced may be enough to help somebody else who's dealing with it. So I'm not telling them to go and do an expose. There's a lot of people who talk about the pain they've been through and you don't know details. It's just, that's enough for somebody to hear that. So you have to be wise about that. I have no idea your situation. If you came and told me, like, hey, this is what happened, this, and this, then I may have better advice. But you just got to be wise about the details. But sharing your story, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Anything else, guys? Y'all feel good?
Yeah, man.
All right. So hopefully, if you're watching this, read through the chat. We'll post it later so you could get some more feedback. But again, dig in with wise counsel that actually know the actual story, because we didn't hear your story, so we don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. And that's for any noteworthy person. We love hearing your stories and trying to help, but we don't know you, so we can only give you a piece of truth. We can't give you the whole thing. So, all right, you're in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Tracking with the track stars in the Trackstarz Universe. Ooh, stay on track with us.
All right, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
Have you signed up for the Single Maximizer yet? Right? This segment is sponsored by the Single Maximizer. You can now go to trackstarz.com and you can get the Single Maximizer. Let me tell you what the Single Maximizer does for you. It allows you to take just one song, one single, and you can send it out to hundreds and hundreds of outlets just with the click of a button and filling out the form. It pre-formats everything for you so that it gets it right when the delivery goes to whatever outlet you're trying to send to. So make sure you go and take advantage of the Single Maximizer today. Trackstarz.com and check out the Single Maximizer. All right.
Yo, it's Lam Falan time. It's kind of heavy. It's Lam Falan time. You know what I'm saying? You know, we battling still, me and Shantana, we're still doing our thing. Man, the Weeknd versus Tauren Wells. I don't know. Sean may have got me this week. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to see how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do the views and opinions of the Trackstarz Universe, not the views and opinions of the artist, the label, the producer, and others. If you feel offended by this, please press stop now. If you're not the person who listens to Christian artists and sends you a cup of tea, we have Noteworthy, videos, topic, interviews you can go check out. We're not copying any battle format. We've been doing this since the 2000s. Tauren Wells is not the Christian version of anybody. It's just a bit, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get it going. All right. This is R&B pop. We'll say, Sean, you want to start it off?
All right, here we go. The Weeknd, Can't Feel My Face.
Don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it.
I don't know, Jeremiah. I don't know.
That was the Weeknd. All right, Can't Feel My Face. All right. This is Tauren Wells. Fake It. Here we go.
No, yeah, I know what you can do. my altitude. Your love is a whole new mood. Something I can put my faith in. Oh, you strike a match in the dark. You're melting my plastic heart. This is real, don't have to fake it. Oh, you're changing my altitude. Your love is a whole new mood. Something I can put.
Tauren Wells, fake it.
So Brittany
Weeknd.
Brittany Hoosier said, Sean, do you like The Weeknd? Did you choose your faves by him, or is undebatable best song? No. No, Jeremiah sends me, hey, can you get The Weeknd ready? All right, boom. I go listen to The Weeknd. I listen to all the songs. Boom. Can you get Nicki ready? Boom. I go. I don't choose these people. It's just whoever he asked me to get set up next. Do I think these 7 songs are beasts? Yes. Weeknd's top 7 is one of the best 7s I've had to work on so far. So I'm interested to see if Jeremiah could beat me on this one, because Weeknd's hot 7 are crazy. So Ryan Righteous, what you got?
You know, I really like the hook on the Weeknd song, and I think that's kind of got me a little bit more sold. I like both the beats though, so the production was great on both of them, but I think the Weeknd was a little bit more vibey, so I'm going to lean that way.
Weeknd, okay.
All right, Rick, what you got?
And I got the Weeknd hands down. I honestly don't understand the 48% of people who are saying that it's going the other way here. Right, like on my end. I mean, you know, it was a dope song. Like, you know, Tauren Wells is a dog. Everybody knows that. But for the most part, I like what the Weeknd did here.
Miracle.
Gosh. I'm gonna toss it.
All right.
Early toss.
Okay.
Yeah, real early. I know.
Okay.
I know.
All right. I like what you did with Tauren Wells. It was good, but I think the Weeknd. I put one of the heaters up first, Jeremiah. So
I know
that would have been hard. So I got the Weeknd on that.
Got you. Okay. I'm gonna go with Tauren.
Really?
I'll go with that.
Okay.
By the edge. I like somebody said it best. It was almost like the thriller in it. Dum dum. Dum dum. It sounded a little bit like that in a breakdown.
It didn't turn over that way though. Like
it didn't, but it still had that little clip.
I got you. Okay. All right, what y'all got?
Funny.
It's 4 what? Yeah, 4-1 here.
It's 3-1.
Oh, 3-1. Yeah, that's right. What y'all got? Super chats count as panelists, so you can do that as well. Does Crispy have the poll up, I assume?
Yep, poll's up.
Poll complete. It looked like Tauren Wells.
Yeah.
Tauren Wells got it. All right, so that's 3-2, but the Weeknd got on the board with 1. All right. Sean, you want to go back? You want me to go first this time?
Yeah. You go first.
Okay. All right, we're going with Tauren Wells, Citizens of Heaven. Here we go.
I can see it breaking through the clouds. You made the soul to be glory bound. I can hardly keep my feet on the ground, 'cause I know I will be free. Lord, won't you open up the gates wide? Gonna step into a new life. No way I'm ever leaving your side. Oh, I know I am a citizen of heaven. My eternity forever is yours.
Citizens of Heaven. Sean, what's good?
Okay, I see you. All right. I'm going to go with Pray For Me.
Tell me who's gonna save me from myself when this life is all I know. Tell me who's gonna save me from this hell. Without you, I'm alone. Who gon' pray for me? Take my pain for me. Save my soul for me. 'Cause I'm alone, you see. If I'm gonna die for you.
Okay. Pray for me. The Weeknd versus Citizens of Heaven. Tauren Wells. Who y'all going with?
Righteous.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Citizens of Heaven on that. I liked it better. I liked it better.
Okay, Rick.
Ooh, that was tough, man. Wish we can convert Weeknd, bro. More bangers like that on this side of the town. But I gotta go with Tauren Wells on that one if I'm going clip for clip, right? I like when we got into the Pray For Me part. That was dope. But if I'm going clip for clip, I'm going Tauren Wells here.
Miracle.
Yeah, that was a great mashup. I am gonna go with The Weeknd. I loved the Tauren Wells, but I think the production, like the clarity on The Weeknd's, just came through a lot better. So I'm gonna go with that one.
I'm telling you, this boy's. I mean, like the rest of them, like I had to listen to a lot of Weeknd songs, and a lot of them I was like, it's okay. But these, all right. I got The Weeknd. I like Citizen. I liked it. But man, maybe next one. Maybe the third one. What you got? What you got, Jeremiah?
I'm going with Citizens. I'm going with Citizen Heaven.
Okay, so what?
I guess he got tired of that "Pray For Me" song with him and Kendrick. So
3-2. So
it's 3-2 right now. I don't know what
so y'all can sway this.
The votes. Yeah,
it's really up to y'all. What y'all got?
Oh, it's clear from them.
What is it?
Oh, Prayer For Me.
It's clear.
The Weeknd.
Yeah. Okay, it's tied. That's a toss.
Tied. So it's a toss. Toss it up.
Wow.
Sean, you first this time. It's 1-0 Weeknd going to round 3.
All right, let's go to Blinding Lights, Weeknd.
City's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're on myself. I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one.
Okay, Sean.
got?
Blinding the Lights. I got Tauren Wells. This is September.
As we dance in the night, remember how the stars stole the night.
That's not fair.
September.
My wife over
Sometimes
there,
you gotta go to the elements to get your help. What you got? What y'all got?
That's not fair, bro. Like that's not his song.
It's on his
Being
album.
that is actually that is actually my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song, hands down. Going for September.
That's not fair.
September.
Rick,
You know the deal is. That's over. Like, yo, come on, yo. Wait, hold on. I really want to know what the deal. Yeah. That's over, yo. It's September all the way. Are you kidding me? You can't beat that song. And even though Blinding Lights had me rolling for real, but it's a different type of vibe. It's like a soul vibe. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like my blackness came forth. I'm not fasting from it. I'm diving into it. So I'm going with September, yeah.
Miracle.
Well, Tamara made a valid point that I cannot refute because Tauren Wells, she said that was more of a cover.
Yeah.
So technically, The Weeknd is more creative.
Wait. What's the difference between if somebody samples something and they cover it? It's on a project.
Sample still requires you to change it in some kind. That was exactly the same.
Right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So I really don't want to choose The Weeknd.
You don't have to, Miracle. Break free.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Hey, I guess I'll go with Tauren. Okay. Even though I know that's not the right choice.
I would say that you cheated, Jeremiah. That's fine.
Why did I cheat? That's on his album.
That is not his song at all. Like literally not a piece of that sounded different.
Yeah, it's the same.
I'll give it to you because it's clip for clip. And if I didn't know about the Earth, Wind, and Fire song, they obviously allowed him, hopefully, to do this. So I will go with Tauren because it is a better song. But all credit due to Earth, Wind, and Fire for that.
Yeah.
Earth,
Sometimes
Wind,
you gotta
Fire
go with the
is better
element,
than The
baby.
Weeknd. I will admit that. All right, Jeremiah, what you got?
I'm going with September. Even though Blinding Out Lights is dope. It's a dope record.
It's very good.
But Tauren got me with that one. So that's 5 to zip. So I don't know what's the votes online. Oh, it's Tauren too. It looks like.
Yeah. All right, you snuck one in. That's cool.
Thank you, Lord.
So it's 1-1?
Yep, 1-1. All right, I'll start off with Tauren this time. It's called Undefeated. Here we go.
Infinity, and you already know. Undefeated. There's no stopping us. Undefeated. No doubt we're champions. Undefeated. Can't hold us down. We're rising up. Infinity and no unstoppable. You already know.
Okay.
All right. Sean, what's good?
All right. I'm going to do In the Night.
She's always gone, gone, gone. In the night she hears it calling. In the night she's to relieve the pain. She'll never walk away. I don't think you understand. In the night when she comes crawling.
Ooh, okay. Righteous. What you got?
Toss.
Toss. Interesting. Rick.
Yo, Sean, can I put you on Front Street here?
What's that?
This is actually what you do like this song. Like you've liked this song for a while.
Me?
Right? Yes, you. And I remember when you first let me know about it. I would say this is
you let him know about it.
Yeah, okay. But but this right here, this is a good song, man. This is a good song. So I'm going with The Weeknd. I'm right here. Yeah, I'm going with The Weeknd for sure.
Okay. Miracle.
I'm going with the first. I really appreciated the initial vocals that came in. So yeah, I'm doing that.
I got In the Night. I don't remember liking this in the past, but it sounded new to me. But I got I like the melody better. What you got, Jeremiah?
Let's go Undefeated. I just like it better, so I'm going Undefeated.
It's 2-2. It's up to y'all. What y'all got?
I don't know.
It's a big
one. I feel
one.
like Jeremiah is voting for all the songs he picked.
I picked all the songs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're going for. I actually begrudgingly voted for Tauren Wells on the last round out of fairness.
Right.
It was better. It was better. I mean, come on. Stop. Tauren Wells won that round 4. It is 3-2 for that round. Tauren, which now Tauren is up 2-1. So
crazy. All right.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
You want me to go first this time?
No. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Wicked Games. Wicked Games. What you got?
All right, that was Wicked Games. Okay. I got Tauren with God Not Done With You. God's not done with you.
Until you're standing in the dark, and there's a strength that's growing inside your shattered heart. God's not done with you, even with your broken heart and your wounds and your scars. God's not done with you, even when you're lost in His heart and you're falling apart. God's not done with you. It's not over, it's only begun.
God's Not Done With You
Righteous.
versus Wicked Games.
God's not
You
done
gonna go
with
with God
you.
or the Wicked? Who y'all voting?
God is not done with you.
All right, Ryan. God's not done with you.
Yeah, man, that seemed pretty easy to me. One was just like some chant, and then the other one gave me more content. So I'm gonna go with Tauren Wells there, right? Like I didn't get. I know if the clip was extended, I would have got a little bit, that was good. But yeah, if the clip was a little bit longer, I would have got a chance to dive into more that song. But Tauren Wells, more content. If I'm going clip for clip, it got to be Tauren.
We should do a line for line extendo. That would be dope. Miracle.
I will say I'm gonna go with Tauren. I think the songs were very different in their the way they came across. To me, The Weeknd came down on the lower side of things, just the mood was low, whereas with Tauren, the mood was high, the notes were higher. So in that sense, I think it was hard to to compare the two. But I will go with Tauren.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tauren on this one as well. It sounded clean. I like the first half of it better than the second. I didn't like where it went as much as I liked the beginning, but it still sounded better overall. Just had a better vibe. So, Jeremiah, what you got?
Wicked Games.
You went on my side?
No, I did. I liked it better. I thought the guitar was better. I like the instrumentation of Wicked Games a little bit more than God's Not Done With You. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
What y'all got? he knew it was safe to do it then.
Honestly, I thought I was gonna pick it once I heard. I was like,
that round 4 was wrong. Round 4 was wrong. You didn't deserve that one. But it's okay. It put you up.
Wow. All right, so they won. They got God's Not There for not God's Not Done. I'm sorry, God's Not Done With You for round 5, which is put it up 3-1. 3-1.
It's
let
on
me
you.
let y'all know. Sean picked the clips for the weekend, and he picked how this is ordered. I didn't pick the order, so this is Sean. Everything was from round 1 to 7. Is Sean picked the order? So
you picked the order for Tauren Wells, right?
No, I'm saying
the
I
order
picked
was
the
based
song
off of my order.
but it's based off his order. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
you
round
got?
6. All right, Hills and Valleys. Let's go.
Didn't get there on my own. When I'm walking through the valley, I know I am not alone. You're God of the hills and valleys, God of the hills and valleys. That I am not alone. Father, you give and take away every joy and every pain. Through it all, you will remain.
Hills and Valleys, son.
That's not the one. What is the pop version of Hills and Valleys? I want the real. Anyway,
it was the remix.
That's the remix. That's the Hills remix. That's the R&B version.
All right, this is my turn.
Go ahead.
This is
we got
you went Hills and Valleys. I'm gonna go with the Hills.
Okay. The Hills by The Weeknd. Tauren Wells, Hills and Valleys. What y'all going with?
Righteous.
Was there a sample in The Weeknd's?
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Y'all ain't gonna believe what I heard in that. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I heard 666 Mafia's late night tip in there, but okay, that's just me. All right. I'm gonna go.
Maybe the drums.
I'm gonna go Tauren Wells.
Jeez.
Rick.
You are going to discredit.
Don't celebrate that.
you are going to discredit every this whole situation. This whole line for line situation will be discredited with that last vote because ain't no way You listen to the Hills and that version of Hills and Valleys and pick the Hills and Valleys, right?
Yes, it is.
Get rid of the
Because
Valleys.
I heard-
What version are you talking about? Is it
I'm
there's
look,
two versions?
night
The pop,
tip. It threw
it's the
me off.
CCM version and this version.
That pop version is not the one to go in this battle, right? Because the other version would have sent me through the roof, right? But that last version is not the one. That's the one you play while you're working out. You just want to listen to something. Anyway, I'm saying this straight up. This is very easy, right? It's the Weeknd. Get rid of the Valleys. Just go for the Hills, right? Just live in the Hills. That's where this vote should go, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, and that's why 65% of the vote is headed toward the Hills.
Miracle.
Rick said it. I love the Hills and Valleys. Like, I love that song, but in comparison, it's the beat for me. Okay, like when that beat came in, you cannot deny that. So the Weeknd.
Late night tip. Gotcha.
So again, like when Jeremiah sends me these, he sent me a bunch of them at a time. So I do them like while I walk or run or whatever. And at this particular time, I was getting food for Alfie, and I was in the parking lot, and I turned it on, and the beat came in. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in a white neighborhood. I can't turn this on. It was crazy. Like, that's his best song. That was the best. That's why I put it last, because I was like, I should have been up. I should have been up with 4. That would have been the closer. That is the best song he has. And to me, the number 1 and number 6 were like unbeatable to me. Can't Feel My Face and The Hills were his 2 best songs he's ever made. So I got The Hills.
All I can say as a disclaimer is this is what you get when you're the only person on the call that doesn't do music. So
I will go with the Hills as well, because the Hills, the beat comes in, it's hard. It's
real
hard
honesty.
So I'm gonna say
Real
the Hills.
He only did it when it was safe.
Honesty.
What y'all got?
Saved twice.
What y'all got?
It looked like the Hills, which would be a 5-2, which would be the Weeknd wins that round, which is now 3-2, and I won again.
Well, let's be honest. You cheated on 3, and
how did I cheat?
4 was a miscount. Cheated, complete cheat on 3. But that's cool. You can have it. You can have it. I want Tauren.
Honestly, I thought you was gonna win this. Honestly, from the jump, I was struggling.
I should have.
You know what made me okay with this? And I said this to you earlier when you gave me the clips to play from. I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
I'm gonna start cutting them myself. I'm gonna start cutting them.
No,
myself.
you gave me the clips. That's what you told me. You said for 1 minute.
I've been getting like 26-second clips, man. I need my full 30. I need my full 30, man.
No, they are 30-second clips. What are you talking about? Did Jeremiah cheat? Wrong. Come on, y'all.
Of
Don't
course
put
he
that up.
cheated. Round 3.
How did I cheat? September's on his album.
Hashtag Jeremiah
I say no.
cheated, line for line. I want that trending tomorrow. Jeremiah cheated. You can have it. You can have it, bro. You got
You
it.
did the order, bro. You did the order.
I didn't know you were gonna cheat. I would have. If I knew you were gonna play that, I would have put a Michael Jackson song in at 3. I didn't know we could just put whatever.
That's on his album. I didn't cheat.
All right, go ahead. You got it. No, good job.
Hey,
good job, man.
62% of the people don't believe you cheated either, brother. You good?
Thank you.
I am one of them.
So am I. So let's just.
But it came out good though. I think Can't Feel My Face. He does have a lot of songs about cocaine though, because that's what that song's about.
A lot of strippers in bathrooms doing cocaine. A lot of that.
Oh, gosh.
Almost every song. Every song was it.
Yeah, that In the Night stripper song is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Rick Sincere has a song on his project that reminds me of the Weeknd called Bad Boy. Every time I hear that song, I'll be playing that. I'll be like, man, that song reminds me of the Weeknd. Could redo that song over.
I tried to get there, man. I really wish I can get a Weeknd feature there. You know what I mean? I saw somebody yesterday on Twitter that said, man, y'all let me be a full-time artist with just one album release, right? That I released in 2018. I'm like, why y'all let him do it? You know what I mean?
Because God knew about MTMV and was like,
facts. Amen. Amen.
Man, thank you guys for joining us today. Rick, sign off, man. Tell them how to find you, how to follow you, and support you.
Awesome. Look, if you want to follow me, you can find me everywhere at MTMV Sports. If you want to follow the brand on Twitter, though, you can follow at Rick Sincere, right? Instagram, everywhere at MTMV Sports. Outside of that, TikTok as well. You'll see us drop little clips from our show. And every Wednesday night, we're live, y'all. We're live. Follow at Rick Sincere on Twitter. You'll see us live. We'll go live with our brand new show, MTMV Live. Saturdays, you can get the Full 94 podcast where they talk about basketball, because I know Christian dudes love to talk about basketball. So you can hear the Full 94 podcast that's on YouTube as well at the MTMV Sports channel. So you can find me. I'm available all the time, everywhere, man. And we love to interact and engage with the people who love sports.
Miracle, again, we missed you. Thank you for joining us today. Tell people how to support you and pray for you.
Yeah, good to be here. Thank you for having me. My handle for Instagram is Life Blossoms. So feel free to follow me there. And how to pray for me. Just if you all could pray that I would submit to God more and surrender more to Him and just fall more in love with God and be faithful. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Miracle keeps us on our toes. So people want to see you more, keep us in check, and challenge us on here. So you're welcome back anytime. We have round 7 Miracle. To do. So go over to the official universe if you want to see round 7. We'll see how this really rounds out. Anyway, you in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. I'm not getting over that, bro. Round 3. You in the field. Let's go.
Now, I'm in the field with Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully, you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.